morning, everybody. It is Wednesday and I have not, let's restart that. It is Wednesday and I have not vlogged once this week. On one hand, I've been busy. I'm not going anywhere, like out of town. I'm like, does anyone even care what a week in my life looks like? I'm fixing avocado toast right now. But yesterday I like teased the new announcement on the store Instagram and I put like a hint of what it was, thinking no one would get it, and literally nobody got it wrong. So I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do, like the official announcement. And honestly, I think I might just go ahead and do it right now because no one can stop me and my intrusive thoughts usually win in the end anyways. So by the time this goes live, well, I just posted it, we are opening a new store in Auburn. I kind of just wanted, it just works there, I think. Oh, I just dropped all this bread. So you guys seem to like not hate the book talk. So yesterday was May 2nd, so it was like new release day. So I got this, The Daydreams by Laura Hankin, and this is supposed to be like I started it last night, but I've only read that much. It's supposed to be like, basically this is past tense and present tense of basically like this 2000s like teen show. It's like Daisy Jones meets like Denim, Brittany, and Justin, if that makes sense. And then I also got Carly Fortune's new book, Meet Me at the Lake. Oh my god, I smell that toast. Just a little book day, book delivery day. She actually wrote one of my favorite books, Every Summer After. I heard mixed reviews on this, so I think it's gonna be good and I'm excited to read it. I just wanted to read something different. Like I just read Echoes of You, I think that's what it's called, by Catherine Coles, and muy bien, it was so good. I loved it. Yeah, okay, so I did post that. Okay, this could have been cuter, but look how cute this chunky plate is that Reeves got me for Christmas. Like, I love it. 10 out of 10. Long time no see. All right, I am checking all the sweet messages coming in. I decided to go ahead and post. Well, you can't see how the little graphic turned out, but I decided to just go ahead and post and just not wait on anyone. I'm about to head out to the store though. I don't know what we're gonna do today. Today's not like a big planned thing, so we'll see. She looks gorgeous, like stunning, Dua. So I love watching Hot Ones on YouTube, and so I was sent this super cool box from Hot Ones, and this is it says hashtag Hot Ones challenge. So when I watch these celebrity interviews, I say to myself, I would do much better than that. So it's this box, and then it says stay spicy, and it comes with what each sauce is and like their hot score levels. You can see one is missing. I think once you open one, you have to refrigerate it. You can see one is missing because it's in the fridge, because I got home at like 11 the other night when this box was here, and I said, I'm gonna see if these are actually hot. So I opened this one, Da Bomb, because I always see this is the one that like celebrities kind of like get checked up on. When I tell you a teeny bit on my finger, from my tongue, it, like for the first millisecond felt nothing. When I tell you it shot straight to the back of my throat, my eyes were watering, my nose was running. It was just a scene. Yes, Da Bomb. And this is number 8. I can only imagine 9 and 10. Ooh. I think I might do it with like different friends. Maybe that will be my new party trick. Just people come over and we order wings and we do the Hot Ones challenge. Please come spend a little day with me. Somebody just heard me singing that. I don't wanna know. Ow. Just got to the store. Say hey, everyone. Hey. Probably. Bella, would you like to tell everyone what you're reading?
Okay. The same book.
Shocker.
But I am now on page 129.
Look how much she has left.
That book is so good.
Today felt like such a just long day. And that reminds me, I filmed like a small April's favorites for books, and it didn't make the last vlog, and I don't have any content today. So I'm gonna actually insert it right here, and this is gonna be shocking, but I am in a gray sweatshirt for it, but not this one. The response for the Auburn store has been so good though, and then I put something out for like resumes. I think we've gotten like over 100 resumes sent in, so we're definitely gonna go through those. We'll be reaching out probably in the next like couple weeks to people. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm like working on logistics today of like what brands are gonna be here, there, shipping, who's gonna do what. But it's gonna be fun and exciting. Is this like my new talking space? Like, this looks just like I'm on James Corden or something. Yeah, I still have my Pedro blanket. I fold him just like that, because no disrespect to his face. All right, look at that little strand of hair. It looks just like Elvis Presley. All right, peace and love and blessings, all the above. Okay. My vlog, I feel so far away. So I had thought about doing an April favorites just video on its own, and then I said, you know, you didn't like that many books in April, and nobody cares enough to click on a video specifically for that. But hold on, I gotta fix this. Here are the hard copy, like hard paperback books I read, and then we'll just dive into it. So, okay. So I guess I'll do last night's read. I went and got Emily Henry's Happy Place. I have this theory that if Emily Henry writes it, I will read it. And that's why I went and got this. I give this 4 stars, but I really rounded up from like a 3.5. And I know people are going to come for me. I was actually afraid to post I gave it a 3.5, so I put 4 because I thought everybody was going to attack me. Like, I love book lovers. The thing with this book is there was a lot of characters. Like, there's a lot of, like, they have a big friend group and they always go to the happy place. Basically, this is about a couple who met when they were younger on this like vacation at this vacation home, and then they get engaged and then they split, but they haven't told their friends. So they're going back on this trip, back to this vacation home, and pretending to be a couple still. And that's the whole plot. I mean, it does get deeper than that. I shouldn't say that. This was good. This was 3.5, but it isn't my favorite Emily Henry. No. But it was good. Definitely a cute summer read. An even cuter summer read to me was Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I have no idea what took me so long to read this book. I have like a pile of TBR books that are specifically for when I'm at the beach. So I was at the beach and I read this. This was a 5-star read. Everybody was always talking about it and I took way too long to listen. Okay. Next was the book of the month by Curtis Sittenfeld. This is romantic comedy. This was the lit fic pick of the month, but it really felt like a rom-com. And it's called that. So one thing I did was I accidentally ordered the large print version. I don't know if you can see, I hated reading in large print. Then I got used to reading in large print and got too small of a print in another book, and then I had a headache for a month. This was a 4-star read to me. I loved this book and everything about it. It's basically about this girl whose name I forgot, Sally, and she is working on a show as a writer called The Night Owl, but just think of The Night Owl, it's basically Saturday Night Live. And she starts noticing that like all of the co-writer, like the other writers and actors on the show who are men, who are just like average kind of comedy guys, are like getting engaged and marrying these A+ pop star, movie star people. And then she meets a pop star named Noah, and you can kind of figure it out from there. The only reason it was 4 stars is a lot of it took place during COVID. So all of their communication is via email. These emails went on way too long. I was like, either these people are gonna have to meet or I'm done. Okay, that is how much was email. Like, Pedro definitely liked, maybe that'd be like me and Pedro, like if I worked on Saturday Night Live and he was hosting again, maybe he'd kind of like me. Okay. Next, I read Strangers in the Night by Heather Webb. This is like how would I describe this? Historical fiction. So it's loosely based on all true things, which is Frank Sinatra and Ava Gardner's relationship. They're all true events that happened. However, it's very in detail, like it's from both of their point of views. So obviously Frank Sinatra and Ava Gardner have not sat here and written this book word for word, but like it's so good, and Ava Gardner's career was at the peak and his was on the fall, so you can kind of read into that. This was a 5-star read. Loved it. I love Frank Sinatra. Next, The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. This was a 3.5-star read. I usually really love Megan Miranda books, and I did love this one. Nothing in this video I didn't love reading. There were books that I'm not going to talk about that I did not love to read, but this is not one. This immediately caught my attention because it is set in the Outer Banks. This is basically about a group of friends who had something kind of traumatic happen to them in high school, and now on the anniversary of that, every year they meet up at this house. However, this year weird things start happening to this one girl. Like, she's like, a cell phone's been left, a random person's texted her, she's been receiving notes. They start putting things together, and it's just kind of like a good mystery. The Drama Bookshop, it's so cool. You should look it up on Instagram. I saw Paul Mescal was doing A Streetcar Named Desire. Fun fact, I watched this movie with Marlon Brando when I was really young, and I was like talking to my mom. I said, yeah, I watched something called A Streetcar Named Desiree. And I actually enjoyed this. I think I'm trying to like get into other things. Took me like 40 minutes to read. This is such a 5-star. I loved this. This was An Extraordinary Life of an Ordinary Man, a memoir by Paul Newman. I'm massively into Paul Newman, like in so many ways. I love he and Joanne Woodward's relationship, and this kind of just gave deep details into his whole life, and I loved every second of it. And this was a 5-star read. I picked it up at the bookshop one day, like it was on the suggested ones, and I was like, let me get that. Okay, let's see what I read on my Kindle books that I read in April. So I read Where Time Stands Still by Ines Perkins, and that was a 5-star read. It's basically about a girl, why can't I remember anybody's names after name Ren, who has been diagnosed with something that was passed down from her mother, where she is set to get Alzheimer's at a very young age. Well, anywhere between like 40 and 60, which is very young. And she is an attorney, and she ends up taking on a guy named Aaron's Family's case, in which his father was like wrongfully diagnosed with they wrongfully diagnosed him, and it turns out it was a stroke, and he had long-lasting effects. Anyways, she spends a lot of time with Aaron and his family, but she can only get so close to him because she knows eventually she will forget them, and she doesn't want to put people through that. And I just thought that was a really good book. One of my favorite books I read in April was The Inmate by Frida McFadden. I think I talked about this in one of my vlogs, but now I have to look up her name too because I forgot it. So this is about Brooke, a girl named Brooke, who moves with her 10-year-old son back to her hometown because she is desperate for a job, and she's going to become a nurse practitioner in the local prison. The plot twist is her son's father is in said prison because she put him there 10 years ago for trying to murder her. But one day she's like stitching him up because he got into a fight in the prison yard, and he says something, and she realizes, like, she starts second guessing herself that maybe it really wasn't him, because that night the power was out and she didn't even see him, but accused him of murder. And then all these locals she like meets up with again, and then you kind of wonder, are they suspects? Did they do it? It was very deep, and I loved it. Next, another one I really liked was Be Still My Heart by Emily McIntyre. Lincoln moved back to this hometown in like Maine or something, and he is working as like a lobsterman with his dad's business. And one day he and his cop brother-in-law are like pulling up traps, and they pull up a body, and then people start noticing like he's kind of linked to all of these women that have been showing up in this small town. And then a detective named Sloan comes to town, and obviously she's pretty, and they kind of hit it off, but he's a suspect. And then it's kind of them teaming up to find out who really has been murdering all of these women. And I actually didn't guess who it was going to be for a while, and that was good. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to me talk about books. I see now I have gone over on my time on this camera. Okay, see ya!